Hello and welcome. I'm John, your safety trainer, here with today's lesson on pandemic safety. Before we begin, remember to sign off on your mobile device or online to receive credit for this training. If you feel the need to pause this video at any time to have a discussion, we encourage you to do so. What is a pandemic and how is it different from an epidemic? The main difference is that an epidemic is more localized and actively spreading, whereas a pandemic is a global disease outbreak that is spread over large geographical locations and even continents. It is important to note that there have been many pandemics throughout recorded history, and while pandemics can disrupt everyday life, there are many steps that the average person can take to minimize the spread and exposure of the disease. This lesson will go over how diseases are spread and how the spreading of disease can be minimized. Whether you are working in a warehouse, factory, office, or other industry, diseases are commonly spread in your workplace. These diseases can range from very mild, such as the cold or flu, to more severe contagions. Spreading of disease can occur by means of coughing, sneezing, shaking hands, or other forms of physical contact, touching an object or surface that may have the virus on it, then touching your mouth, nose, or eyes before washing your hands, and even fecal contamination, though this is rare. While there is no way to stop the complete spread of germs, viruses, and bacteria, there are steps that you can take to minimize the spread of even the mildest diseases, even during a pandemic. The Center for Disease Control, or CDC, recommends that you and your coworkers take the following steps. First, you should wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds prior to touching your face and eating. If soap and water are not available, use a hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Along with hand washing, you should practice some other common sense personal hygiene habits, and when possible, keep a 6 feet distance between you and other people. It will also become necessary to clean and disinfect commonly touched objects and surfaces. For disinfection, the CDC recommends diluted household bleach solutions, alcohol solutions with at least 70% alcohol, and most common EPA-registered household disinfectants. Disinfectants should be used in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Also, please note that cleaning staff should wear the appropriate personal protective equipment when using disinfectant products. Specific PPE will be listed on the manufacturer-provided safety data sheet, or SDS. Additionally, make sure you do not shake dirty laundry. Shaking dirty laundry can disperse viruses through the air. Instead, wash items on the warmest appropriate water setting and allow items to dry completely. You may be asking yourself, what should I do if I get sick? If you suspect or show symptoms of an illness during a pandemic, there are some common sense measures that you can take to help slow or stop the spread of the disease. Hey everyone, if you just watched this video and are thinking, how do I get more of these videos? Click on this link or go to gotsafety.com and we'll show you how you can digitally sign and record employee training records, build custom forms, or even access your OSHA documentation. Go to gotsafety.com right now or call 1-800-734-3574 for more information.